What is your favorite riddle? I give up. What is it? What's something you can open but can't close? A can of whoop ass. It ain't carrots. It ain't peas. It ain't the kippers in the salted grease. You just opened up a great big can of whoop ass. It ain't condensed milk. Or soup. It ain't the peaches in the syrup goop. You just opened up a great big can of whoop ass. Oh my dear, it's very clear that you did something wrong. So it's time to pay for your crime with punishment in this song. It ain't gravy or clams. It ain't the salmon or the processed hams. You just opened up a great big can of whoop ass. You just opened up a great big can of whoop ass. When you say its name, it disappears. My ducking dog. As opposed to your normal dog. If you've got it, you want to share it. If you share it, it's gone. What is it? Or, what do you do if you meet the Buddha on the road? 1. The pen I gave to my CL Butmet. Who the fuck left the lights on? We were gone for 7 hours. Do you pay the bills here? My dad used this one all the time, but I never found the answer to it. Maybe you had someone living in your basement in secret who would forget to turn off a light when he would emerge to forage for food in your fridge and juice your shower. What runs but never walks? Has a mouth but never talks? Has a head but never breathes? Has a bed but never sleeps? Nicholas Lyndhurst. There are 2 moms and 2 daughters and each ate 1 entire burger, but only 3 burgers were eaten. How is this possible? There was a grown mother, and a daughter. What can be picked up but never put down? A habit? No. Skittles. You are a treasure hunter. Inside a tomb. There are 2 doors. One leads to great treasure. The other certain death. There is a coffin. Inside the coffin there is a reanimated skeleton who has just enough strength to answer one yes or no question by knocking on the lid of the coffin. The problem is you don't know whether 1 knock means yes or 2 knocks means yes. What yes or no question can you ask to determine which door the treasure is behind? Hint, after asking the question, you will know which door the treasure is behind. But you still won't know what 1 or 2 knocks mean. What always has 4 letters, sometimes has 9, and never has 5? It's not a riddle. Just 3 facts that will confuse people. This sounds like it was really meant to be said out loud rather than written. The at the end just ruins it, since it makes it explicitly a question rather than a statement. Yeah, I heard it said out loud first. I realized when typing it out that I wasn't sure what punctuation to use. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's the one I remember most often. It's probably too easy. 2. You're in a room with an all southern exposure. A bear walks by the window. What color is the bear? I know this one as, I walk south 1 mile, west 1 mile, north 1 mile, and then I'm back where I started. What color are the bears? You could also start from anywhere 1 mile north of many different circles around the South Pole, each being 1 mile in length, or an even fraction thereof, of any circle around the pole that is evenly divided at 1 mile, 1/2 mile, 1/3 mile, etc. But there wouldn't be any bears. Riddle me this. Batsy, if you aim to give us a shot, we'll riddle you. What are we? A helicopter. Only 1 color, but not 1 size. Stuck at the bottom yet easily flies. Present in the sun, but not in the rain. Doing no harm, and feeling no pain. What am I? It's fun to watch people struggle with this, and it's from one of my favorite informational books, which I don't like a lot of those, so it's nice when a book you like gives you something you enjoy. Your shadow. What word in the English language does the following? The first 2 letters signify male. The first 3 letters signify female. The first 4 letters signify great, while the entire world signifies a great woman. What is the word? Greater than sign exclamation mark. Heroine. Exclamation mark. If the whole world is in massive debt to the duck, do we owe the money to Mars, each other? John went skydiving near his home in Utah. As a result, he saved the life of his brother, Ted. Strangely, Ted lived in Delaware and hadn't talked to John in over 7 years. What happened? Unsuccessful skydiving attempt, so John became an organ donor, and his brother was one of the recipients? Right. What is red and smells like blue paint? What is round and orange? Red paint. Orange? Could be a Satsuma. Is he gay or European? Apostrophe. I have a big announcement. This man is gay and European. I'm straight. Apostrophe. You were not. Yesterday. Apostrophe. A census data collector goes to a woman's house and asks info about her household. The woman says, if you add up the ages of my 3 children, you get my house number. If you multiply their ages together, you get 72. The census data collector looked puzzled, and the woman said, you still don't know? Okay. My oldest one loves chocolate chip cookies. The data collector writes something down, thanks the woman, and walks away. What are the ages of the 3 children? Which came first, the phoenix or the flame? I'm pretty sure fire was invented before phoenix, so the flame. A man lives in an apartment on the 36th floor. Most days, when he returns from work, he takes the elevator to the 23rd floor and takes the stairs the rest of the way up, on rainy days. However, he takes the elevator straight to the 36th floor. Why? Is he a little person or something? When it rains, he pokes the button with the umbrella? A king presents a challenge to his servants, asking them to create a ring for him, that when he looks at it, when he is happy, it will make him sad, and when he looks at it, when he is sad, it will make him happy. After some time, the servants return, and give the king his new ring. As the king looks down at the ring, he sees, never heard this presented as a riddle before, but in folklore Solomon when presented with this task in great daring that said, this too shall pass. Apostrophe. It's a knowledge query posing as a riddle. Burn the heretic. When is a door not a door? When it's ajar. I don't remember the exact words, so I'm gonna say it in my own way. A king was preparing to go on an important trip the next day. That night, he ordered 4 of his guards to guard him while he was asleep. The next day when the king was getting ready to go on his trip, one of his guards came to him and said, don't go. I had a dream that you were gonna be killed when you went on this trip. After hearing this, the king had this guard put to death. Why? Greater than sign exclamation mark. Because the guard didn't keep watch over the king as the king slept. The guard said he had a dream. You only have dreams when you sleep, which meant the guard was asleep and not guarding the king. The guard was supposed to be awake guarding, so having a dream means he was asleep. I didn't look at the answer, but I will after posting this. Edit. Yep, was correct. You're stuck in a room with no doors or windows. The only items in the room are a wooden table and a mirror. How do you escape? A rooster lays an egg right on the peak of a roof. Which way will the egg end up rolling? In real life, you make a little triangle with your hands and point right at the peak of it. Close bracket. Roosters can't lay eggs. Nice try, Satan. Why do elephants paint their nails different colors? It's Pride Month. You enter a room. 2 dogs, 4 horses, 1 giraffe and a duck are lying on the bed. 3 chickens are flying over a chair. How many legs are on the ground? 10. What's green and has wheels? Answer, grass. I lied about the wheels. Pete and repeat are in a boat. Pete jumps out. Hoss left. Edit. Forgot to add this. If you can't figure it out, tell someone and listen carefully. Also read it carefully. The horse's name was Friday. For this riddle, you are only allowed to read it once. No cheating. Close bracket. You are a bus driver, driving the 419 bus. At the first stop, there are 0 passengers on the bus. At the second stop, 12 people get on. At the third stop, 7 people get on, and 7 people get off. At the fourth stop, 28 people get on the bus. At the fifth stop, half the number of people on the bus get off. At the sixth stop, half the number of people on the bus get off, and then 3 people get on the bus. In between the 6th and the 7th stop, the 3 people who just got on the bus start a huge fight and the police have to be called. When they were taking down the details of what happened, what did they put for the bus driver's name? It would be my name cause I'm the bus driver. If you think you are thinking, are you just thinking that you think, or thinking that you think of thinking about thinking? What's brown and sticky? A stick. What would happen if Pinocchio said my nose will grow now? Me and a friend who study physics actually spent a while discussing this. I came to the conclusion that the universe would implode and actually had complex reasoning behind it. He came to the more reasonable conclusion that nothing would happen, as he doesn't definitely know that his nose would then grow. For example, if I said it's going to rain tonight, but it turns out it doesn't, does that mean I lied? Making predictions about the future aren't necessarily lies. They can be wrong, but you can only lie about something that you know, and you can't know a prediction. What gets wet as it dries? A towel. What can go up whilst it's down, but can't go down whilst it's up? I've heard it as what can go up a chimney down, but can't go down a chimney up. Accurate. And the answer is an umbrella. What has 4 legs and ticks? A sheep with ticks. Where were the first French fries fried? Greece. I really love the story Riddles. There's one that goes like this. A man jumps off the top of a skyscraper. On his way down, he hears a phone ring inside the building, has a heart attack and dies. Why did the man die? He thinks he is the last person on earth. That's why he decides to commit suicide. When he hears his phone ringing, he realizes he's not alone. Yes, it's such a good riddle, and it usually takes people a long time to figure it out. The way I was taught to do it is to have people ask only yes or no questions, so that they'll solve the mystery little by little. There's a cabin in the woods. Everyone in it is dead. There's a cabin in the woods. All of the trees nearby are burned. There's a cabin in the woods, and a path leading from the cabin to nowhere. What happened? Greater than sign exclamation mark. A plane crashed with no survivors. Closed bracket comma. Caused a forest fire and made a ditch. Exclamation mark. Q. It's in a monastery with X amount of monks. There are no mirrors or any reflective surface and none of them can talk or give any indication to anyone else. One day a devil walks in and tells them has put a magical cross on N. The monks don't know the amount of the monk's forehead. He says every monk with a cross needs to commit suicide or they go to hell. Now if they don't have a cross and they kill themselves then they still go to hell. Monks with a cross need to kill themselves and the ones without don't. At least one monk has the cross. The monks can't feel the cross. They can only see that others have it. Now the question is, in how many days do all the monks with a cross commit suicide? Now this one is very complicated to explain, and I'll try my best. I will first take the example with only one monk with the cross. Here n equals 1, to make it simple. Then go with 2 then 3. Just to show the logic with each variable. If there is one monk with a cross, and sees that there is no other monk he will know that he is the only one and he will kill himself that day. Now for 2. The first day the 2 monks with a cross, n, see that only one other person has the cross. So they expect them to kill themselves that day. The next day, day 2, they see that the other monk with a cross is still alive. So they know that that monk sees someone else with a cross and thought that person would kill themselves. And so the second monk with a cross knows he has it, since he sees no one else with a cross and they both kill themselves. Now with 3, th first day, the monks with a cross see 2 other crosses and expect those monks to kill themselves after 2 days, following the previous logic. Except that the 3rd day both of the other monks with crosses are still alive. And so the 3rd monk knows he also has the cross, once again following the same logic as with day 2. And so they all kill themselves day 3. This logic repeats itself up till an n amount of days. So the answer is, after n days all the monks with a cross kill themselves, n being the amount of monks with a cross. Within marble walls as white as milk, lined with skin as soft as silk, inside a fountain, crystal clear, a golden apple does appear. No doors are there to this stronghold, yet thieves break in to steal the gold. Apostrophe. What is it? An egg. What's red? Hangs on a wall. And ticks. A herring. But it's not red. Paint it red. It doesn't hang on the wall. Mail it to the wall. Okay. But a herring definitely doesn't tick. I just added that to make it harder. What's the difference between you and a mallard with a cold? One's a sick duck. I can't remember how it ends. But your mother's a whore. Apostrophe. What's weightless? Can be seen. And if you put it in a barrel it will make the barrel lighter. Light. A man and a woman are suffering financially and decide to commit suicide together by jumping off a tall building. When the day arrives, the two stand at the top and count to 3. But on 3, the woman doesn't jump, the man jumps, and seconds later a parachute opens over his head. Only one of them betrayed the other. Who was it? Keep reading for answer. Answer: the man was the traitor. The woman remained still because of her survival instincts, hence why she was frozen in place. The parachute could only have been planned. My life. I still haven't got a clue. The 8 of us go forth, not back, to protect our king from a foe's attack. If you look at the numbers on my face, you won't find 13 in a place. What's something that smells like red paint, but is brown? Brown paint. This is a tricky one, so feel free to ask for hints. A man walks into a bar, and he asks the bartender for a GL butt of water. The bartender then pulls out a real loaded gun and points it straight at the man who asked for the water. The man genuinely replies thank you, and leaves. What happened? Question mark. 2 women go to an expensive club, and they order some iced lemonades. The first lady is quite poor, and is only able to afford one. She drinks it slowly, savoring every drop. The second lady, however, literally has money to burn, and she orders at least a dozen, downing them down one after the other quite quickly. Later on in the evening, the first lady suddenly dies. It turns out that all of the drinks they had were poisoned, and they were all identical in every way. Both women were of good, equal health, and neither knew that the drinks would be poisoned. How does the rich women live? The ice cubes were poisoned. It comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but not in a billion years. Answer: the letter M. You look at it one way, it weighs a lot. You look at it another and it's not. What is your favorite riddle? Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos.